Welcome inside the Powell Athletics Center. Matt Payton, Benji Kelly courtside as this evening someone will punch a ticket to Sioux City, Iowa in the NAIA round of 16 in the national tournament here tonight. Campbellsville University, the top-seeded Lady Tigers in the Dewar bracket, hosting Russ College and the Lady Bearcats. Benji, as we get set for tip-off, last night we got to see some I'm the same. The internet has crashed here. I don't know what's going on. Anyway. Last night we got to see some good basketball. The Lady Tigers pulling one out late there in the fourth quarter, able to pull away from the opposing Mighty Oaks of Oakland City. And in the nightcap, Rust was able to hold off Faulkner. Faulkner had a lead there mid-third quarter. Rust went on an explosive sprint, 38-11 down the stretch to overtake Faulkner a day ago, and here it sets up a matchup between the number 1 seed Campbellsville University Lady Tigers and Rust, the 9 seed.
Yeah, it's two good games yesterday, two different styles of games. You looked at the Campbellsville Oakland City game, and man, that was intense all the way up to about 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. And then you had the Faulkner Rust game. It was pretty tight, and Faulkner kind of pulls away a little bit, and then Rust just went on a huge run about the last 15 minutes of the game, and come away with a 20-point victory. So it should be another good game here tonight. Anytime that you have an opportunity to advance to the round of 16 in a national tournament is what you want to play for when you start the season at the beginning of the year.
Lady Tigers interplay 29-2 on the year, 23-5 for the Rust Lady Bearcats. Campbellsville University trying to pick up their 30th win. In doing so, it would send them back to Sioux City, Iowa. For Rust, I got some different information on the Bearcats. I thought last night was their first national tournament game. They actually won a season ago a national tournament game, and then they had I think I had read somewhere that maybe the first year that they had ever made the national tournament was 2020. Of course, that was canceled with COVID. So anyway, Coach Eric Jackson has done a nice job there in his fourth season, 2 times Conference Coach of the Year. Anyway, Rust got the win last night, and congratulations to them on that victory over Faulkner. And it's a Rust team that, Benji, they're going to go deep down the lineup, and when I say that, I mean they're going to play just about everybody. Yeah. There's 15 eligible players that you can dress during the national tournament. They dressed 15 last night, or at least had 15 on the roster. 14 of them got into the basketball game. The first few minutes of this one will be quite interesting as I try to acclimate myself to that club. But it's a team that wants to go really deep. The recipe for success for Rust tonight, I think, is to turn the Lady Tigers over and offensive rebounding. Clearly, we'll see if the disciplined nature of Campbellsville University can overcome some of Rust's dynamic athleticism. Yeah, they played 14 players last night. They don't have anybody that averaged double digits. Actually, they don't have anybody that averages 9 points or more. So he is playing the kind of that, I won't call it a platoon, but it's everybody is a part of the action. They are super aggressive on the defensive end. They will press. Now, they may not press all 40 minutes, but they like to press to speed things up, to turn teams over. And like you said, the great thing about their team is a lot of times they'll take a lot of shots, but they get a lot of offensive rebounds. And that's a key point for Campbellsville is they've got to block out and not give them extra opportunities. I think one of their shooting percentage was like below 40%. Well, one of the reasons why is they're so good on the offensive boards, averaging 40 boards a night. So this is going to be Campbellsville's going to have to take care of the ball. They're going to have to block out and see how well that zone defense is able to disrupt this Rust team. We are getting word that Wi-Fi is down campus-wide, so I don't know if that will impact what we're able to send out at the moment. I'm hoping all of our stuff will be in the clear. If you're hearing my voice, you're picking it up on whatever avenue that you are searching for Lady Tiger basketball as they take on Rust here tonight. Trying to pull up our channel and see if we are getting our feed out. And again, we'll continue to work on the Wi-Fi situation. It appears maybe that is not active, so really our signal may only be out over local cable as well as 88.7 The Tiger. So this is not a great situation, less than great, and we'll continue to work on that as folks try to join us. But we'll step away here, take a 2-minute timeout, come back and continue our pregame coverage as the Lady Tigers host Russ this evening in the Powell Athletic Center with a trip to Sioux City, Iowa on the line. You're following the Lady Tigers on the Campbellsville University Sports Network. Welcome back inside the Powell Athletic Center. Matt Payton, Benji Kelly with you as we get set for tip-off here in just a few moments. The Lady Tigers clapping it up on the far end of the floor. The Russ Lady Bearcats taking their final warm-up shots here on this near side of the court as the crowd continues to file in to the Powell Athletic Center. Again, unfortunately, the internet seems to be down campus-wide, and that is going to impact our ability to stream this basketball game, and it was working about 5 or 10 minutes before we took the air, Benji, and I say that, and I know folks that are trying to listen to our broadcast or follow our broadcast on our YouTube channel. I know we've got some folks handling the back end. If we can communicate through our chat feature there and let folks know what is going on, but we will continue to try to get that remedied as the Lady Tigers head off the floor, and Russ will do the same momentarily as we get ready for the national anthem here in just a bit. Molly Boyle will handle the national anthem. Trent Creason will take care of our opening prayer, and Russ going to go through their final pregame. I don't know if ritual is the right word, but as they get ready for it, Benji, these days you get into, you see a lot of the haka stuff and different things. That wasn't quite what that was, but whatever fires you up, as they say, and it certainly worked for us this season.
Whatever gets you going, and routine is always good. And once again, you're an opportunity to be able to play for the round of 16 in Sioux City, Iowa. That's when you draw it up at the beginning of the year, you just want an opportunity, a chance, and both teams want that chance here tonight.
The buzzer sounds. We will have our opening prayer and national anthem here at the Powell Athletic Center. So with that, we will step away and take a short break ourselves. We'll come back and continue coverage here as the Lady Tigers battle Russ in the NAIA tournament. Sioux City, Iowa awaits the winner. You're following the Lady Tigers on the Campbellsville University Sports Network. Welcome back to the Powell Center, the Lady Tigers and Russ College as we wrap up our national anthem and pregame prayer. The two teams are ready for the starting lineups to be announced, and we'll continue to work through some of our technical issues with the internet being down. Hopefully our live stats will work as Sheldon Dossett connecting to a hotspot or cell phone to try to get that to push out. And we'll get to the starters as soon as I can get them pulled up. We may have to do this the old-fashioned way here, Benji. There we get it.
There you go.
I was going to have to follow.
Oh, is it up now?
Yeah, now, well, I've got my internet, the hotspot on my phone as we work through this. Here we go, starting lineup. Russ, the Lady Bearcats, the visitors, Eric Jackson in his 4th season, assisted by Otto Green and Shay Johnson. They send out to carry up Patterson, 5'9", a junior guard from Fort Myers, Florida. Shantori Rogers, 6 foot, a junior forward from Minden, Louisiana. Lyric Turner, 5'8", a senior guard from Dallas, Texas. Amelia Hatch, 5'5", a junior guard from Ripley, Mississippi. And rounding out the 5 for the Lady Bearcats is Katie Blackman, 6'1", the senior center from Olive Branch, Mississippi. The Lady Tigers, the top seed here in the Door Quadrant. Ginger High Colvin in her 16th season runs out Bailey Pettigo, the 5'7" junior guard from Glasgow, Kentucky. Lauren Lee, 5'7", a sophomore guard from Liberty, Kentucky. Maddie Boyle, 5'6", a junior guard from Milledgeville, Kentucky. Courtney Pritchett, 5'8", a redshirt junior forward from Byrdstown, Tennessee. And Caitlin Wilkes rounds out the Thrivent starting lineup presented by Quentin Ford, the 6'2" junior forward from Stanford, Kentucky. Campbellsville assisted by Miranda Denny, the former Lady Tiger, and Brett Sowell. Campbellsville in the home grays here this evening. Campbellsville across the chest in block font, maroon lettering, white trim.
Well, Matt,
Rust College here. Go ahead, Benji.
Well, I say we got phones, we got MiFis, we got computers, we got iPads. Surely to goodness we can find some stats, don't you think?
Let's hope.
With that in mind, we ask all players, coaches,
Thank you.
Oh, that's the one I needed you to, Michaela. That was the one I was handing you there. We're in scramble mode here. And when you're the general manager of the television station in charge of all this stuff, and then it doesn't work at broadcast time, that is a problem. Of course, this is completely out of our control. And I hope those folks in IT know that if they need that one, take them that one, and Benji can use my phone. Caitlin Wilkes will jump it up here with Katie Blackman, and Wilkes will win the toss. A couple of stalwart posts jumping it up. Campbellsville will go to the offensive end here to begin the basketball game. Lauren Lee with it. Right wing has Maddie Boyle. She will wait for Pritchett, and let's see if they can get it down to Wilkes. They do. Quick move for Wilkes. Shot up, no good. And the rebound will come down. It's taken by Hatch. She will sprint ahead for Rust. Off the wing, holding it is Turner. Back to Hatch. They get into their offense. Rogers hands it. Turner backs away from Pedigo. Rust looking for the game's first points. Inside, cutting back door, and the pass knocked away. Wilkes got a hand on it with 11 on the shot clock. They were looking for Patterson.
Yeah, this team likes to make aggressive passes like that, and a good job by Wilkes to kind of get her hand in the passing lane, knock it out of bounds.
Yeah, so scoreboard's out here as well with the internet not working. That is how we get our signal, and maybe a walk there by Blackman. Contested three as she pitches it out. No good. Rebound taken in by Lauren Lee. Nice job for the Lady Tigers to get a stop. Lee to Boyle in the middle. Underneath has Pedigo. Gets around the defender there with that shot, but it was too strong as she was trying to keep that from getting blocked. To the other end comes Rust. The Lady Bearcats will call out the play here. Turner right in front of the Lady Tiger bench. Here is a three taken by Patterson that is well off the mark, and the Lady Tigers will get it back once again.
Yeah, that's a long, long three, and I think that's one that Campbellsville will allow them to take that. But once again, as we said it on top of the broadcast, that one of their best offensive moves is getting the shots up, getting those rebounds.
The other way, Lauren Lee is bumped and fouled here. I believe this will go against Tori Rogers. No, actually going to get Amelia Hatch on that. So again, our apologies for the inconvenience. And we'll continue to, if you need my phone, Benji, you can hotspot to my phone to get stats to pop up. As we go here, it's going to be an offensive foul underneath.
On Caitlin Wilkes there. Okay.
So that'll be the first on Caitlin Wilkes. First on the Lady Tigers, and that will work as a turnover on Campbellsville University.
Are you CU basketball sound?
No. It should say Matt's iPhone. That's not what you want. No.
Oh well.
We'll get you squared away here in a moment. As back the other way, and steps called here. So a couple of turnovers. There you are. As that is a traveling violation on Lyric Turner with 8:09 to play in the first quarter. Campbellsville and Rust are still scoreless here. So the Lady Tigers will come to the offensive end, and they will have the first opportunity to score. What was that? As Lee drives it. What is going on here on the baseline? Jumper from Pedigo. Too strong, and Rust will come back the other way here, Benji Kelly. Somebody forgot to take the lids off here at the Powell Center.
You know, do they realize what we're playing for?
Deflection, Lee has it. She'll come long to Pedigo. We'll have to chase it, shovels it back. Maddie Boyle, Johnny on the spot to pick it up. And the Lady Tigers will have to set it up a bit here. Pritchett cut off at the elbow. Jumper on the way. Courtney Swishett will start the scoring.
There we go. Finally, someone breaks the ice 2.5 minutes in. Courtney Pritchett, nice 15-footer.
Campbellsville University with the 2-0 lead here, 7:24 to play. first quarter. Matt Payton, Benji Kelly with you. The winner of this game will advance to the round of 16 in Sioux City. Jumper on the way, no good. Boyle tapped the rebound away from Blackman. Here come the Lady Tigers. Pettigo on the right wing, trailer, Boyle, three on the way, bang! Maddie Boyle and Edward Jones, payout!
Yeah, great transition there. We've seen that so many times, the little kickback. Maddie Boyle, anytime she gets an open three like that early in the game, it's really good news for Campbellsville.
Out top, that is Hatch. Rogers on to Turner. She'll drive in, feeds Blackman, dribbled it off the Winkle picker, and out of bounds it goes.
Yeah, that may be the earliest you've got that term in, Matt, the Winkle picker.
We are peaking at the right time in all facets.
I'm telling you right now, that was just some good defense, a little double team there by the Lady Tigers, putting a little pressure, speed them up, and a nice turnover.
Faith Gattus into the lineup, 5'9" senior forward from Houston, Texas. She will chase down Lauren Turner here. Pritchett off the right wing. Holds it. Now Wilkes out front. Right side, Boyle off the screen. Three on the way. That is no good. Similar spot. Not the same result, however.
Good look, good look. Nice little offensive set there for Campbellsville.
Out front, Rogers. Now Hatch sends one into the corner. This is a three out of that far corner by Patterson. No good. Rebound to Lauren Lee. Lee in the middle. Work. Back here in the Powell Center, Matt Payton with you as let's hope and pray that the Wi-Fi is back here in the gymnasium. Let's try any old page. I saw the scoreboard pop up, but that may just have simply been, may have been left. Okay, all right. So still no internet campus-wide, and if you can hear my voice, thanks for tuning in. I'm not sure, really just a local broadcast at this point. We have nothing outside of local cable and radio, plus the live stats. Here's a shot in the lane by Blackman, no good, batted out long. Maddie Boyle kept it alive, sprints the other way. Offensive rebounding for Rust was a focal point, and the Lady Tigers thus far have done a nice job.
Yeah, done a really good job, and Maddie Boyle just willed herself to get that rebound.
Kylie Scott checks in for Rust, and she was in the mix there, but that ball actually kicked out of bounds.
Was that a kick ball? Okay.
Scott, the 5'9" junior guard from Denton, Texas, also in. I mentioned Gattus a moment ago. They've sent Tania Bowers into the lineup, 5'5" sophomore guard from Trenton, Florida. Here is Boyle catching this baseline out of bounds. Everybody left her! That's cat and mouse, and Maddie Boyle just throws the hands up like, what am I supposed to do?
You never leave the basketball. Never. That's the most important thing in this game, and they all left her, and she's like, okay.
That's like Maddie Boyle come out of the scrum of a football player with the football, and everybody took off running different directions. Inside, this is Bauer's shot, no good. Pettigo the rebound, 9-0. The Lady Tigers looking to push this into double figures. Long pass, Pettigo has Pritchett, wants to feed Wilkes, and it's kicked by Turner. Right back, check that. That was Kylie Scott that got a foot on it.
Yeah, Courtney actually had Caitlin a little bit early, but her back was a little turned, and it was just a smart play, waiting to get set up there and a kick ball. So now you got 23 on the shot clock here.
Campbellsville with the basketball once again. Lady Tigers, Pettigo on the dribble, right wing. They lead it 9-0. We've played half of this first quarter. Pritchett looking, and inside we're going to get a hold, I believe, on Blackman down low. That is the first foul on Katie Blackman.
Yeah, Blackman's been a little aggressive on Wilkes a couple of times, and as a result, a good pickup there by the official.
Boyle, short corner, won't shoot it. Here is Pettigo. And now we've got another whistle here, and this will go against Rust as well. This one will be on Kylie Scott. First on Scott, 3 on Rust as a club. Nine to nothing. Far side, Maddie Boyle will inbound as the Lady Tigers try to extend their lead. 4:42 to play first quarter. Pettigo working on the dribble, defended by Bowers. Cut off here, leaves it with Pritchett. Pritchett on the dribble, 5 to shoot, feeds Wilkes, gonna have to go quickly, out to Lee, 2 seconds in the middle. Boyle not gonna get it off as the Lady Tigers tried to find a little room, and that is where some of that length and athleticism for us really giving Campbellsville some problems.
Yeah, it is, and that defensive set there, Matt, they were a little more aggressive in their defense and kind of forced Campbellsville out. got the ball away from Lauren Lee and put it in Pettigo's hands, and it kind of disrupted from the get-go on that out-of-bounds play.
9-0 Rust has went 5 minutes and 45 seconds or so without a point. They send in more changes as NAIA McGuire checking in, the 6-foot junior forward from Monroe, Louisiana. Finds Bowers, contested shot is short. Pettigo does all she can to grab the rebound. It's still on the floor in play, and they're going to say last touched, I believe, by Bailey Pettigo. McGuire had a big night last evening as she posted 18 points, a season best in the victory over Faulkner. Caitlin Wilkes going to get a breather here. Also checking out will be Bailey Pettigo. Elizabeth Bertram, the 5'6" sophomore guard from Glasgow, Kentucky, in for her high school teammate Pettigo. Kayla Luby, 6'2", the junior forward from B, Nebraska, in. Campbellsville again leading 9-0, 4:02 to play. First quarter. Inside, Blackman going to go to work against Luby. Boyle digs in. She's able to get it back out. Catoo's going to contest or take a three. A high arching three, good, and finally 6+ minutes in, Catoo's gets the Lady Bearcats on the board, nearly a takeaway, and they've not been able to get into that full court pressure without the makes. That's the first time you've really seen it. Campbellsville dodged a bullet there. They almost turned it over in the backcourt. Left side, Bertram has Luby on the entry. She'll go to work quickly. Luby gets around, goes with that right-handed underhand shot that's good.
Yeah, and they kind of played her a little bit to go to the left, and that's smart play by Kayla there to use her right hand. First post points for the Lady Tigers.
Scott out on the left side, and the entry here looking for McGuire, and it's taken away. It was too strong. McGuire tried to save it. Boyle caught it. Here comes Lauren Lee. She'll stop. Trailer on the wing is Bertram, and she shuffled the feet there, did Bert, as she caught it. It'll give it back to
Rust. You know, that's okay. I don't mind that. You know, Bert, they had a girl coming out to close out on her. I think she was expecting to shoot it, but tried to put it on the floor there, and as a result, turned it over.
Right wing, deep out now. Scott pitches it back. That is Bowers. Right side, Catoo's can't shoot it, throws it away. She wanted Blackman, and Luby read it, got in front of the pass. Here comes Campbellsville again. Bertram back to Lee, now right side. Pritchett gonna try a three. Bang! Courtney Pritchett again for the Lady Tigers. Give her 3 more. 14-3 the score.
Just good ball movement right there. Lady Tigers actually had a couple that could have taken it, but wide open Pritchett.
Bowers to McGuire at the elbow, turnaround shot, and somebody got her on the elbow. I think it may have been Bertram.
Bertram or Pritchett? There's Bertram.
Going to be on Bert. That's going to be the first on Elizabeth Bertram. 2 on Campbellsville. Maddie Boyle will check out. Bailey Pettigo will re-enter for the Lady Tigers. So McGuire to the line here, 50% on the season. Campbellsville with a 14-3 advantage. Free throw here from McGuire is no good, around and out.
Another good crowd here this evening, Matt. Lots of students back as well.
1 more for McGuire. This one is strong. She misses both, and we're going to get a hold here as Pritchett was trying to block out Scott. It was hard to tell. They were kind of tangled up, but hard to tell how much of you know, a grab or a hold there was. The official says there was enough to call, and that's going to go against Pritchett. It'll stay with the Lady Bearcats, despite the fact that McGuire missed the 2 free throws. 14-3 the score, 2:26 to play first quarter. Scott pitches it into Blackman. Now Bowers, McGuire posting up. They can't get it to her. Now they have Blackman. She'll skip it. Left side, Rogers wants to drive. Cut off by Lee. Splits defenders, throws up an awkward shot. Blackman the rebound and the putback. Bailey Pettigo will be called for the foul as Blackman used the length to grab the rebound. Pitched it back up. Pettigo was still blocking out and pushed Blackman.
Kind of a point of emphasis there that Coach called, and they want to get a body on her, but she's all up on top of her as textbook block out by Pettigo.
14-5 the score. Blackman will try to make it a 3-point trip here. This free throw is good. Blackman 73.3% on the year, knocks that one down. Pritchett bounces ahead. Bertram just has to catch it right back to Pritchett. 4 seconds to get it across. They do. Left side, Bertram, open three. Bang! Elizabeth Bertram with the third. Edward Jones payout of the first quarter for CU.
That is a press breaker right there. Great job of handling the ball, and then a wide open Bertram for a three.
17-6, the Lady Tigers by 11. Bowers working right side, backs away as Lee knocked it free, saves it in bounds. Luby picks it up quickly. She has Lauren Lee. Left side, stops, shovels. Luby, right hand won't go. And the rebound taken in by Rogers.
That's
Campbellsville
okay.
just unable to cash in. 17-6, Rogers throws it down low. Blackman with a ball fake, now kicks it out. Scott, an open three on the way, that's short. Rebound to Courtney Pritchett. Here come the Lady Tigers once again. Pritchett sends it over to Lee on the right side. Left side, Pettigo dribbles in, needs help. Bertram won't shoot it, works baseline. Throws one down low to Luby. Lee, Pritchett on the wing right side, three, bang! Courtney Pritchett, second of the first quarter.
Wow.
Campbellsville by 14.
Yeah, this is what the Campbellsville needed. What a tremendous start for them. Knocking down shots, playing good defense, blocking out. Great start.
Just off the elbow is McGuire. Working left side of the lane, steps through, little push shot with the right hand, no good. Rebound taken in by Lee, nice block out by Pettigo. Lee wants to run. Left side, Bertram, not quite in the pocket, and they'll come back out to Pettigo. Cut off by McGuire, and we get a whistle here as NAIA McGuire, we whistled for the contact. 4 on Russ as a team as McGuire picks up her first. Sarah Sutton going to check in for CU, the 5'10 junior forward from Scottsville, Kentucky. Maddie Nally also in, 6'2", the sophomore forward from Louisville, Kentucky. Pettigo, Luby, and Bertram remain on the court. Pettigo to trigger it in, looking. She'll pitch it out deep to Sutton. Sutton will hold it. 33, now down to 30 on the game clock. Shot clock at 15. Sutton off the right wing, has Nally out front. Left side, Pettigo. Inside, Sutton catches, turns, back out, wide open. Bertram, three, that is no good. Luby snatches the rebound with the right hand, can't get the putback. And with 14 on the game clock, here comes Bowers and Rust. Rust has sent Maddie Riley in, the 5'10 senior center from Pickens, Mississippi. On cue, she fires up a shot that's no good. 1 second, Pettigo can't get the shot off as she hits the bottom of the net. But the buzzer sounded prior to that, and the first quarter will come to a close with Campbellsville leading 20-6 here in the Powell Center. Now 30 minutes away from a potential trip to Sioux City, Iowa. We'll step away and come back with second quarter action. You're following the Lady Tigers on the Campbellsville University Sports Network. (20-6), Campbellsville leading Russ. The Bearcats falling behind the Lady Tigers thanks in large part to the sharp shooting in the first period. Courtney Pritchett hit a pair. Bertram hit one. Maddie Boyle got the three-point party started for the Lady Tigers. Benji and
it's just phenomenal start for the Lady Tigers. 8 of 15 from the field, 4 of 6 from downtown. We compound that with Russ, 2 of 13 overall, 1 of 5 from downtown. What about Campbellsville? 10 rebounds to 7. Only 1 offensive rebound. So that point of emphasis, that keeping them off the boards, really good job there in that first quarter. Now you've got to replicate it here in the second quarter.
Working with the basketball out front is Hatch. Oh, she walked there, shuffled the feet. Rogers going to dribble in left side of the lane, runs into Luby, backs away, shot no good. Rebound, batted around a few times. It goes out of bounds, and it will go to the Lady Tigers of Campbellsville University. And Benji, would we get 2 Rust field goals in that first quarter? They had the 3
2.
and then a putback.
That's it.
Nally working against this pressure, gets Bertram long ahead. Bert will come to the middle of the floor. and leave it here with Bailey Pettigo. Cut off, shovels it back. Bertram on the dribble. Hands it to Sutton. Open three, no good. Rebound is knocked away, and now he's going to be called for the foul here as she gets up the backside of Zoe Alexander, the 5'9" junior forward from Orlando, Florida. Wilkes back in for CU. Kayla Luby exiting. Lauren Lee will now re-enter as Bailey Pettigo checks out. Sutton, Wilkes, Lee, Nally, and Bertram, the 5 for Campbellsville. Hatch will bring it down the court for Coach Jackson and the Lady Bearcats. Scott in the far wing. Out top, Alexander drives in right side of the lane. Throw, was that a shot or was she trying to lead?
I think it was a pass. I think it was a pass. And once again, that zone allows us to kind of speed them up, and they're just not as disciplined as most teams. And they're just, Sutton with a bad pass.
Throws it away. That pressure here, and that's what will get Russ back into this.
Yeah,
the Lady Tigers have to be mindful of that. The length of Rogers, able to get the hand on it there in the backcourt, and Sutton kind of double dip there. She threw it away and unfortunately commits the foul. A three-point opportunity here for Shantori Rogers. Free throw on the way here is around and out, no good. Sutton snares the rebound. Here comes Lauren Lee. Has to keep it away from the defender. Now Bertram catches, and she's going to be called for steps. I thought Lee was fouled out here.
She
They let that go. And Bert will check out. Courtney Pritchett back in as well. Maddie Boyle and Pritchett entering for Bertram and Sutton. 20-8, 1 minute gone by in the second quarter. The Lady Tigers lead by a dozen. Again, the only folks that can hear me are those following on local cable or the local radio feed through 88.7 The Tiger. Unfortunately, we're working through internet issues here on campus. Driving in, throwing up a shot here is Hatch. Strong, rebound to Maddie Boyle. Here comes CU again. Boyle threads the needle ahead to Lee. Leaves it out for Pritchett. Three on the way. That's no good. Nally taps it up into the air away from Alexander. And Campbellsville will try again as this pass knocked out of bounds by Scott, but she could not run it down before it went out of play. And the basketball will stay on the far end of the floor with the Lady Tigers.
Yeah, it's a good job of Maddie Nally, that long wingspan. There was separation there, and she was able to get her hand up and tip it back to Campbellsville.
Okay, Benji, you got this for a minute.
All right. Boyle up top, Lee to the corner to Nally. Entry pass. We got a foul down low on number 21, which is Maddie Riley. Her first. That's going to be the team first. Trying to figure things out here.
So Maddie Riley's first on
Nally.
Russ.
Oh,
and here Wilkes shot no good. Lauren Lee going to chase down the rebound. And the putback good.
She sent an email.
Okay. Who got the putback there?
I don't know.
We'll have to wait on the
stats.
Lee got the offensive rebound, 22-8. Here's a turnover. Lee coming the other way for the Lady Tigers. She'll go up with a shot. It is no good, but she does draw the foul. The previous bucket was made by Wilkes. Lee got the assist.
That's foul on Scott there. Her second, team second. I'm telling you, we're all out of sorts here with this internet not working right. So Lee at the line where she is 82% on the year. Gets 2 shots here. Made the first one there. Lee had a spectacular game last night. 9 assists from your point guard, I think, to boot.
Second free throw for Lee is good.
Campbellsville 9 of 19 from the field with Rust 3 of 17.
Back the other way, 24-8 the score. Inside they find Blackman, and she will hesitate and go up for the bucket. Lyric Turner set that up. Campbellsville quickly the other way, 24-10 the score. Lee working right side of the lane, cut off, spins, stops. Nally has it poked away from her as before it ever got to her, Rogers got the hand on it. so it will stay with the Lady Tigers here.
So is this a wind stream issue, Matt?
Well, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to find out. I've sent a text to one of our IT folks. Hopefully they can let us know soon. I guess at this point I'm hoping for the second half at least, as Maddie Boyle nearly topples over, keeps her footing. 8 to shoot. Pritchett has Lee. Campbellsville a 14-point lead, looking for more. 3 seconds. Wilkes throws it up and climbs up over the rim.
And there was a contact there. I don't know what a foul is anymore, Matt, but at the end of the day, the ball went in. That's the main thing.
Caitlin Wilkes, the bucket for CEU. 26-10 the score. Right side, ball knocked away briefly from Turner, and Pritchett gets the foot on it. Maddie Boyle catches it. It'll be a jump ball or a dead ball, kick ball, and it'll go back to 20 on the shot clock here.
Speaking of Courtney Pritchett, Matt, you and I got some nice delivery here today.
I'm telling you what, her mom come in clutch. You know, I'm going to give a shout out to Southern Dreams Bakery.
Absolutely.
There's a young lady in their hometown. I don't know if it's exactly Birdstown, but in that area, in high school, I believe, started that bakery, goes in the mornings and does some work. But anyway, Cindy brought some goods.
I'm excited.
26-10. Right side on the wing. This is Alexander. Now Rogers facing almost a trap. Tries to skip it. Lauren Lee, like a safety, intercepts it. Here comes Campbellsville again. Lee, free throw line, looks down low, ball knocked away as she couldn't quite get it into Wilkes. Here is Rogers, and shoveling it back. Now open is Turner, can't shoot it. Driving in, shot no good. Wilkes the rebound for Campbellsville. They've done a terrific job rebounding here. Wilkes, point forward, bring it on up the court,
bring it on up. The young lady does everything.
Lee between the circles. Now Boyle bounces to Pritchett. Pritchett with a ball fake there. Gonna hand it to Lee. No, Lee cuts the other way. Back out. Pritchett, ball fake. Shot on the way from 16. Good for Courtney Pritchett.
Yeah, that's some good basketball right there. Good pump fake and dribble in for an 18-footer from Pritchett. Campbellsville's clicking here this first 15 minutes, Matt.
28-10. We've played about 4 minutes and 20 seconds of the second quarter. Rogers drives in. Lee goes down. We're going to have a blocking foul called. The shot no good. So that will be the first on Lauren Lee, the third on the Lady Tigers as a club. Wilkes, Lee, Boyle, Nally. Somebody's got to stay on the floor. And it will be Courtney Pritchett. Nope. It's going to be Maddie Nally.
I think she was looking to see what kind of lineup she had out there before she decided who else was going to be coming off. But what about Courtney Pritchett, the game sheet? 9 assists last night. Hit a couple big threes already here. 10 points leading for Campbellsville.
Rogers hit that first free throw, 28-11. Every stoppage I'm trying to text or send, trying to figure out if there's a chance we might get this internet back up and going. Ahead, ball knocked out of bounds as that was Bowers.
I think Campbellsville may have got away with one right there. I don't know if Pedigo touched that last, but inbounds pass from Pedigo to Sutton goes out of bounds. Turn over to Campbellsville. Rust has an opportunity here to cut into this 16-point lead with 5:23 to go. Campbellsville in their twilight zone. Ball up top. I'll turn it back to you, Matt.
Bowers looks inside. Blackman out top. 3 on the way from Patterson off the mark. Oh, my goodness.
That is a block out.
Sutton going to be called for the foul. That's going to be 2 on Sarah Sutton. And I think even though, Benji, we'll say this, not to make a big deal out of the call itself, but for Ginger High Colvin, there's 2 extremes. And I think in this case with this athletic Rust team, making sure you get the block out, getting too much of a block out and a potential whistle on the foul.
You'll take the potential
is better
block
than
out.
a putback. And here working in is Rogers. She throws up the shot with the left hand that is good. 28-14.
Pedigo bringing it up the court. Skip pass to Sutton. Top of the key to Maddie Boyle. She'll penetrate down below with Luby. And a foul. Luby up on a jump shot. Foul on number 10, Lyric Turner. That is her first, team third. Luby's going to go to the free throw line where she's a 72.2% free throw shooter, but that brings us to the media timeout, Matt Patton, whatever your name is.
At this point, nobody's going to know anyway. 4:50 to play in the first half, 28-14. The Lady Tigers lead by 14. Russ still looking for consistent offense. The Lady Tigers have played quite well. You're following the Lady Tigers here on the Campbellsville University Sports Network.
The family's visit to the forest inspired a beautiful question. Mother, mother, am I a tree? You tell me to stand tall. You tell me to stay rooted. I think I am a tree. My child, of course you are. But what kind of tree will you be? The kind to hug or the kind to climb? Doesn't matter which you choose, so long as you choose to be a tree that's kind.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
(28-14). The play-by-play voice of the Lady Tigers, Benji Kelly, with Matt Payton here courtside.
I want to bang so bad.
If this thing keeps going the way it's going, you might get a shot. That is, I've got a terrific role and terrific people working around me, but when this type of thing goes on, it is hard not to try to get involved and make sure that the things are happening that need to happen. And this is one that is completely out of our control in terms of the IT group, and they'll do what they can to get us back on the air.
And I feel bad that, the people that choosing to watch this thing, they're not able to.
Luby hits the free throw here as the foul a moment ago was on Lyric Turner. That's what brought us to the media stoppage. Second free throw for Luby is too strong. She gets one of two, 29-14 the score. The Lady Tigers lead it. Catching here is Turner. Out top, Bowers drives in, floater with the right hand, too strong. Rebound to Blackman, and we'll have a whistle here on the floor. Actually, they're going to call this a shooting foul, and they'll put this on Maddie Boyle. Looked like Boyle's right hand, Benji, got tangled up in between, and it's actually going to be a bonus situation anyhow. I think Maddie's asking there. She had my arm was in between there. It's kind of a tough spot for Maddie Boyle. She was trying to get it out of there without losing a limb, maybe. Blackman at the line here for two shots. First free throw is good. And one more coming for Katie Blackman, three times Gulf Coast Athletic Conference all-conference team member.
I love it.
And one more for Blackman is good. 29-16 the score. The Lady Tigers lead it by 13. They'll face this pressure ball, deflected, but fortunately for CU, it comes over to Pettigo. Sutton will jump up and grab it here, and the Lady Tigers able to get into the half-court set. Less than 4.5 minutes to play in the first half. Jumper from 14 feet around and out for Maddie Boyle.
Yeah, it's a good look by Maddie there. Just didn't fall. A great job of breaking that press by Campbellsville.
Far side. That is Bowers. Now back to her from Cattouse. She'll drive, cut off on the inline, needs help. Skips it to Turner. Three on the way over the top of Pettigo, no good. Boyle and Cattouse come together. Actually, that was Bowers, and they'll say Bowers last touched it goes out of bounds. I think that was kind of a 50-50 call there, Benji.
Well, there was contact there, but when it disrupts the rebound, then that's when it's a foul, and it disrupts the rebound. Now, thankfully, it got knocked out of bounds, and it's to Campbellsville. But I'm baffled by some of these calls that's happening, and it's happening on both ends of the court.
29-16, the Lady Tigers with the lead. 3:48 to play in the first half. Lauren Lee has Boyle deep out there. Turner defending. Pritchett wanted Wilkes, couldn't get it to her. Now Pritchett will drive in, stops, has Lee on the opposite side of the lane. Pritchett with the ball fake, shovels it. That is Boyle. 2 seconds, splits defenders, floater with the right hand, too strong. Blackman is going to be tied up here by Courtney Pritchett, and the Lady Tigers will keep the possession as the arrow favors CU. 3:27 remaining in the first half, 29-16. Campbellsville leads. Blackman will check out. Mike McGuire in.
That was a good job of Courtney to get in there and get that jump ball. Chance for a reset here.
And this one thrown out of bounds. Lee was looking for Pedigo, and the Lady Tigers turn it over. Bianca Massey in for Coach Jackson and company, the 5'9" senior guard from Memphis, Tennessee. Catus, Turner, McGuire, and Bowers out there for the Lady Bearcats. 3:20 to play, first half, 29-16. Bowers has McGuire just off the paint, one dribble, and steps called on McGuire.
Yeah.
She shuffled there before she decked it.
You know, and once again, I don't know if that was a walk, Matt. That's questionable, but it's advantage to Campbellsville.
And this ball taken away. Boyle on that far side, and it was an opportunity for Russ to set up their defense. Here comes the trap. They'll come this near side to Boyle. Hits ahead quickly to Pritchett. She'll wait. Now has Lee in the middle. Back out. Pritchett leaves it inside for Wilkes. We've got a blocking foul called here on Rust. Just the fourth in the period on the Lady Bearcats. 2:56 remaining. 5, that is Catus.
Put up Campbellsville in the bonus. Both teams in the bonus here with 3 to go.
Lee looking, gonna have to find somebody. It's Wilkes, throws one up, it goes in high off the window, and the foul goes against McGuire.
Let's go, Lady Tigers. Caitlin Wilkes, nice inbounds, absorbed the contact. Chance to go to the free throw line for an old-fashioned three-point play. Caitlin is a 58% free throw shooter on the year.
Free throw here for Wilkes is no good. (31-18) the score. The Lady Tigers lead by 13. 2:45 to play in the first half. Floater by Bowers is good. And I think Catus has hurt her left hand as she reaches in. She hurt. She's almost holding her fingers together. I don't know if she hurt a finger or what. Oh, a contact fell out. That's what she's got in the hand. Even more important than a fingernail.
Well, that's a foul there mid-court. That's going to send Lauren Lee to the free throw line, Matt, where she's 82% on the year. So you get a foul call from mid-court, 40, 50 feet from the rim. It's got to take advantage of these free throws here.
Lauren Lee connects on the first. It's a 12-point Campbellsville advantage. Thomas Moore advancing earlier this evening. Lauren Lee hits the second. A couple of Mid-South Conference clubs in action with the Lady Tigers as we speak. Georgetown and Freed Hardeman also playing. It's a 13-point CU advantage. Bowers out front to Turner. Drives in, leaves that with Blackman. Blackman has to kick it out. Shot on the way from Massey is too strong. Maddie Boyle the rebound for the Lady Tigers. Pritchett ahead. This is Lee, right side of the lane, around a defender. Shot up, no good. Rebound taken in here by Blackman. And pushing quickly is Rust. Right side on the wing is Rogers. Backs away from Lee. Now Bowers throws it down there. I don't think she meant to. Fortunately, she had a dribble. Driving now, Rogers throws one up just inside the paint, and that is good for Shantori Rogers. And Rust going to back out of that pressure.
Yeah, they're kind of sporadic a little bit on their press. Sometimes they'll do it, sometimes they won't. A lot of times they'll try to take Campbellsville asleep to get a steal.
33-22, the Lady Tigers lead it. 1:35 to play, right wing, Pedigo working off the Pritchett screen, deflected, but it comes right back to her. 6 seconds, Pedigo needs help. Pritchett gonna throw up the jumper, short, and the rebound taken in by Rust. Massey sprints down the floor with it. Left side of the lane, around defender. Shot up good for Bianca Massey, and Rust really, for the first time in this ball game, Benji, has a little offensive rhythm.
Yeah, they've sped Campbellsville up and playing good defense, and Campbellsville not had some last 2 or 3 possessions, a good offensive look.
Left side, Pedigo. Now Pritchett. Out top, Pedigo again. Bounces. Wilkes to Boyle, 9 to shoot. Here is Pettigo, the jumper that is no good, but we're going to have a whistle here away from the basketball. And I think this is going to go on Blackman. Nope. That is actually on Turner.
It's going to send Caitlin Wilkes to the free throw line.
So Wilkes to the line for 2 shots, 48.4 seconds remaining in the first half.
You know, if you're Rust here, Matt, you want to keep this thing to single digits at halftime. They have not shot the ball that well, 32%, but here as of late, they've kind of got into a little rhythm. So for them, they're trying to keep this thing into single digits. Campbellsville, on the other hand, trying to push and get this thing into double digits going into the break.
Lady Tigers have turned it over 10 times. Wilkes misses the free throw. Rebounding and ball protection was kind of some of the points of emphasis, and they've done really good in the rebounding column. Wilkes' second free throw falls through, gets the friendly bounce.
All right. A good stop here for Campbellsville. Give them an opportunity to have a last-second shot and start the half.
Bowers into the corner. Driving inside is Alexander. Flicks one up with the left hand that is good off the window. Campbellsville back the other way, 34-26, an 8-point Lady Tiger lead. They led by as many as 14, I believe. Nally back to Lee. Campbellsville going to take a little of the air out of it, perhaps, as there's a 3 or 4 second differential. They lead by 8. Boyle on the right wing. Nally has Pettigo, 5 to shoot. Bailey driving, spinning, lost the handle. It goes out of bounds. Last touched by Pettigo. They're going to put 1 on the shot clock, I believe. 1 on the shot clock as Bailey knocked it out of bounds with 3.9 on the game clock.
Little quick hitter here. Probably going to be to Boyle.
Pritchett will check in for Maddie Nally as the Lady Tigers will have to go quickly. Pettigo looking, throws one for Wilkes. It was deflected, and that'll start the shot clock. And here we go. Let's see if we're back online, guys. Mark just texted me, and we'll see if that has fixed our issues. Maybe we can push this stream here at halftime. Give me good news, Benji Kelly.
Well, the refs are getting together here. It should be 2.9, I would think, on the game clock.
Well, we're trying. I'm not getting anything yet. Keep an eye on it down there, guys.
1.9 on the game clock here, Matt.
34-26, long shot on the way, nearly goes through for Patterson on that far wing. As the buzzer sounds, the Lady Tigers will head to the locker room with an 8-point advantage here. We will step away, take a 2-minute timeout, and pray that our internet issues get remedied soon. You're following the Lady Tigers on the Campbellsville University Sports Network.
When I got the opportunity to get her, there wasn't no choice. I told myself, I'm going to take custody of my daughter. It's my baby. That's what we're supposed to do as men. Take care of our home, build a foundation, you know what I'm saying? Love, our money. She's my purpose. I'm here to walk with her, hold her hand until she can walk alone. Ain't nothing like being a father in this world.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
34-26 your score here at halftime. Matt Payton and Benji Kelly with you. And folks, trust me, no one is happier to be live on YouTube than Benji and I now. We apologize sincerely for our issues at the top of the broadcast. 10 minutes before broadcast was scheduled to start, the internet crashed, campus-wide technology for you, right? We apologize. We know this is a big game, and here we've got a good one on our hands. Benji,
it's a spectacular game.
The Lady Tigers got out early and got rolling a bit offensively. The three ball was falling, and credit to Rust and the Lady Bearcats. They weathered that storm, and here an 8-point contest at halftime.
Yeah, it's almost, I won't say a tale of two different quarters, but they did a much better job in the second quarter, the Rust team, of getting out, being more aggressive on the defensive end. And Campbellsville had some decent looks, but they just weren't able to fall. And as a little bit, they've kind of chipped back into this thing and has got it down to 8 points.
Let's take a look at some of the numbers that made up the first 20 minutes of play here. The Lady Tigers, for the ball game, shoot it at 46% there. They were 12 of 26 in the first 20 minutes. 50% from deep, 4 of 8, 6 of 9 at the free throw line, 66% as you see some of the replays from the first half of action. For Rust and the Lady Bearcats, 33% from the floor, 10 of 30 overall, 1 of 9 from deep, just 11%, and 5 of 8 at the free throw line, 62.5% for Rust College. The Lady Tigers were led in scoring by Courtney Pritchett, a game-high 10 points for Swiss, 4 of 6 shooting, 2 of 3 from deep, as you see one there if you're following along on our streaming coverage. And Benji, when Courtney is aggressive and looking for her shot and willing to be that young lady to do some of the scoring for the Lady Tigers, it really ratchets up the Lady Tiger offense.
Well, it does, and I think it kind of gets everyone else going as well. You know, you got to credit Rust on the post of really kind of limiting Wilkes to only 5 shots. Last night, I think she had, 17 shots? So they've done a pretty decent job on Wilkes, so Pritchett has had to step up, and she's knocked down some big buckets. But once again, you got to credit this Rust team for weathering that storm. It was 20-6 at the end of the first quarter, and they've chipped into that on the second quarter of outscoring us 20-14. So they've made this thing a really, 3-possession game, and anything can happen in a 3-possession game.
Yeah, peeled off 6 points there before we got to the locker room. The Lady Tigers in individual scoring get 7 each from Maddie Boyle and Caitlin Wilkes. The 2 Lincoln County products combined for 14 for Campbellsville. 4 from Lauren Lee to go with 7 assists and 3 steals. She also had 5 rebounds, which leads Campbellsville University. The Lady Tigers get 3 each from Elizabeth Bertram and Kayla Luby off the bench. Campbellsville sees Bailey Pettigo, Maddie Nally, and Sarah Sutton all see time. They fail to score for Campbellsville University in the first half. However, Pettigo did pitch in 3 rebounds with a couple of assists. For Rust in the first half, led in scoring by Shantori Rogers. She got rolling a bit there down the stretch. 3 of 5 overall from the floor. 7 for Katie Blackman, their all-conference performer, to go with 5 rebounds. She was 2 of 3 from the field, 3 of 3 at the charity stripe. Those the only 2 Rust college players to score out of the starting lineup for Coach Jackson. They are an extremely deep team, however, and they got some help from the bench. Tanai Bowers with 4 points. They got 3 from Faith Cattouse, 2 each for Zoe Alexander and Bianca Massey, who made a late appearance there in the first half. Impressive for Campbellsville. They hold Nia McGuire without a point. She did pick up a couple of fouls there, Benji. She had 18 last night, was super impressive in the win over Faulkner, and she was a big piece to the puzzle. You look at that and you think, well, you don't want to let her get 18, get rolling. She can do some different things. Campbellsville did a nice job on her in really limited minutes, just 5 minutes.
Well, they did, and what I'm most impressed about this Campbellsville team here in this first half, obviously they've got an 8-point lead, but what I'm impressed with is they've only given up 1 offensive rebound. And that was a point of emphasis. You and I came to the shoot-around. She was like, we've got to rebound. We've got to get a body on the boards. And so far they've done that, and limiting them to just 1 offensive board. And I can't even remember if that was a putback or not. But great first half. It's a great game. You would expect it here in the round of 32, second round, with a chance to play to get to the round of 16 in Sioux City.
The Lady Tigers in the first half with 16 rebounds, 13 for the Lady Bearcats. Campbellsville did a nice job on the offensive end, or at least on the defensive end. Rust, as they try to 15 yesterday against Faulkner. It's right about what they average.
Yeah.
They are a really good rebounding team on the offensive end, and that is an area that we talked about that Campbellsville would have to do a good job. I think if you told Coach one offensive rebound for them at the break, she'd be very happy.
Absolutely. You know, looking at the scouting report, that was the second point of emphasis. Rebound, rebound, rebound. Get them off the boards. And for 20 minutes, Campbellsville been able to do that.
The Lady Tigers finished with 11 assists, 6 steals, and 11 turnovers. So Rust has sped up the Lady Tigers. They're right at their season average in turnovers already. For the Lady Bearcats, 5 assists, 2 steals, and 9 first-half turnovers. Enhanced scoring quickly. The points in the paint, Rust with an 18-12 advantage off turnovers, 12-7 in favor of the Lady Bearcats. Second chance points fairly negligible, 3-2 in favor of Rust, and bench points 11-6 in favor of Rust as well. No ties, no lead changes. Campbellsville's led the entire way. It took both teams a bit to get going offensively. We went a few minutes without a point. Campbellsville's largest lead was 18 points. Man, I must have fell asleep. It was 14. It was the largest I remember. But again, credit Rust for hanging with it and making this thing a ball game at halftime. 20 minutes to decide it. Someone going to Sioux City and cutting down these nets here at the Powell Center before we conclude here tonight. We'll step away here. Campbellsville leads by 8 at the mid-game break, 34-26 your score. You're following the Lady Tigers on the Campbellsville University Sports Network.
When I got the opportunity to get her, there wasn't no choice. I told myself, I'm gonna take custody of my daughter. It's my baby. That's what we're supposed to do as men. Take care of our home, build a foundation, you know what I'm saying? Love, our money, she's my purpose. I'm here to walk with her, hold her hand until she can walk alone. Ain't nothing like being a father in this world.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look! Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Worried about your friend but don't know how to reach out?
You could say how are you or get a fake tattoo. You could ask with an app if it works for you. You could chat with them in VR. It's so good. If you think you should check in, yeah, you should. Whatever gets you talking.
Reach out to a friend about their mental health.
Whatever gets you talking.
Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
What if you could feel in control of your retirement in just a few clicks? At aceyourretirement.org, you can. Start with a free 3-minute chat with Avo, your friendly digital retirement coach. Just answer some simple questions like, how do you feel about your ability to save for retirement? Or in how many years do you want to retire? To get free action items customized just for you, get your retirement back on track at aceyourretirement.org.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
The family's visit to the forest inspired a beautiful question. Mother, mother, am I a tree? You tell me to stand tall. You tell me to stay rooted. I think I am a tree. My child, of course you are. But what kind of tree will you be? The kind to hug or the kind to climb? Doesn't matter what you choose, so long as you choose to be a tree that's kind.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
As a dad, every day is a challenge. To make sure that the time that I spend with them, it doesn't matter how tired you are, you have to try to teach them. When they learn something new and you can just see in their faces, it's such an incredible moment. It's those moments that are my favorite.
If you love them enough to relearn math so you can teach them math, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Jason, let's go see your room.
How was it? Is it good?
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
NAIA National Tournament taking place here at Campbellsville University. Matt Payton, Benji Kelly with you for the call of the second half. The Lady Tigers leading Russ 34-26 at halftime. Campbellsville University will be on the defensive end here to start this second frame. And I could not get the Tiger Wi-Fi to work in here, Benji.
Okay.
I stayed on my hotspot. I don't know what's going on. I know it was working at the station, and our stream appears to be going out now. So thank you so much for everybody who has tuned in and stayed patient with us. That is an unfortunate thing that just happened out of the blue, and hopefully we're uninterrupted for this remaining balance of this game here as Campbellsville and Rust battle for a spot in the round of 16 in Sioux City that begins Monday. Blackman goes right side to begin this second half, has Patterson. Patterson going to take a deep three, and that is good.
Deep three.
Patterson with the three to start the second half for Rust. 5-point basketball game. Campbellsville on the offensive end here. Pettigo works off the Pritchett screen. Dribble handoff to Lee. Lee will drive in right side, between or through defenders. Lauren Lee kisses it in off the window.
Yeah, absorbed a little contact there as well, and was able to get it up off the glass. So Campbellsville back out to a 7-point lead.
36-29 the score. The Lady Tigers lead by 7. Here's another three from Patterson as she tries to heat up. That is no good. Watch out down there, Garrick. Cameraman, he's got the comms pack hanging loose, trying to dodge the basketball. 9:04 to play in the third quarter. The best news of all that is the scoreboard graphic and all that is back in for those following along. We were without that for anyone watching locally on cable and through radio. Benji's done with the computer tonight. We'll worry about it later.
Sorry.
Pettigo working and hands off to Lee. Lee drives in right side, cut off by Blackman there. She looked like she wanted to get all the way to the rim. Here we're going to get a push on Turner. A double arm bar maybe or something. I'm not sure exactly the call there, but it'll stay with Campbellsville as Amelia Hatch checks out. And Tanaya Bowers back in.
Oh.
36-29, 8:40 to play in the third quarter. Pettigo, the free throw line to Lee. Lee needs some help, and she's bumped from behind by Shanturi Rogers. And that'll be the first on Rogers, second on Rust. Campbellsville will pitch it in off the end line here.
I'm all tore up, man.
I have to get you a tablet.
Well, you know, when technology doesn't work the way you want it to, it's the most frustrating thing there is.
Pettigo to Wilkes. For me, that's when my wife gets the credit or debit card. Turnover. As here losing her footing and landing out of bounds. It looked like Turner tried to come back the other way and just lost her footing. Campbellsville will get it back as she was laying out of bounds as she tried to grab it. 8:20.
Well, Campbell's was fortunate there. They had turned the ball over, and then they turned it right back to us, so a chance to build on this 7-point lead.
Here is Pettigo, who looks over the top, has Lee, hesitates, waits, and goes up and gets the finish. She gets the deuce. Bailey Pettigo the dime. 38-29, the Lady Tigers push it back to 9 points after that made three early by Patterson. Blackman between defenders has to retreat with it. Now Turner splits a couple, drives in, lays one in underneath to Blackman, and did a nice job to hesitate, wait, and go up for the finish.
That was a good pass there by Turner.
38-31, Campbellsville back the other way. Pettigo and Lee back and forth with it. Lauren Lee between the circles, angles off right side here, waits for Maddie Boyle. Now down on the end line, Wilkes will come across, needs some help, has Pritchett. Ball gets poked away by Turner and out of bounds. Turner got the hands in there, and she won't protest much. 7:27 on the game clock here, third quarter. Campbellsville leads by 7. Winner of this advances to Sioux City. Pettigo rolling to the rim, and Lauren Lee couldn't see her. They were defending the inbound. She couldn't see Rogers standing there. Chance for Rust, 3 from Patterson is good. And Patterson at 31% on the season, averaging about 6 points a game. Hits that 3-point field goal, and a timeout taken by Pettigo. She knew she was in a bit of a pickle on that far side, so the Lady Tigers had it up to 9. And then right back come the Lady Bearcats, and they make it a 4-point ball game. A timeout taken here by Campbellsville, 38-34. Your score, you're following the Lady Tigers on the Campbellsville University Sports Network.
Worried about your friend, but don't know how to reach out?
You could say how are you or get a fake tattoo. You could ask with an app if it works for you. You could chat with them in VR. It's so good. If you think you should check in, yeah, you should. Whatever gets you talking.
Reach out to a friend about their mental health.
Whatever gets you talking.
Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
The Lady Tigers lead Rust by 4 points here in the third quarter. Matt Payton and the former Tiger Benji Kelly with you. Donna Wise court at the Powell Athletic Center, Campbellsville University, hosting this NAIA opening round event. The Lady Tigers advancing with a win last night over the Mighty Oaks of Oakland City. For Rust, they defeated Faulkner. They trailed their Benji in about the midway of the third quarter by 7, went on a 38-11 run to end up winning that basketball game. Faulkner scored just 11 points in the final 16 minutes. So Campbellsville has to be wary. This Rust team is certainly capable of a big second half. Lady Tigers with it out front. It's Lauren Lee. Right side. Bounces to Pritchett, inside Wilkes, goes up to the left hand, that is good. Right over the top of Katie Blackman. Wilkes gets the finish, the Mid-South Conference Player of the Year, 2 more.
Yeah, it's good basketball, good out the timeout there by Pettigo, and a nice little set play, get Wilkes the ball.
Rogers dumps it down to Blackman, feeds it down further. Bowers was tied up, I thought, but they're going to say Pritchett got up the backside of the Rust Lady Bearcat down low. That will be the second on Swiss.
I thought she got there.
Bowers on the season, 70.7%. There's some discussion as to whether or not she was shooting. I'm a long way away. I don't
she was on the floor,
but those guys and gals out there officiating were much closer than me, so I'll reserve my opinion as Bowers sinks the first free throw. 40-35 the count. One more coming for Bowers. And she gets one of two, misses the second one off the front of the iron. Lauren Lee brings CU to the front court. Pettigo bluffs the handoff to Boyle, can't get free from Turner. Now Bailey gonna need some help. Ooh, Campbellsville dodges a bullet. Pritchett being chased, two defenders there, goes inside as Lee did a nice job to get away from the defender who helped out top. Courtney Pritchett will send it in and Lee the bucket.
Great basketball there, being aware of where your defender is, and she just took advantage of it. Great pass.
As Lee rips one away from Rogers. Blackman had the right idea, but Lee saw it just in the nick of time. Lee drives, throws one up, and one for Lauren Lee.
Way to absorb that contact, Lauren Lee. Get the steal, go coast to coast for the layup. Chance for the three-point play, get this thing back out to 10, where just about a minute ago it was at 4. Wow.
That foul was on Blackman, I believe.
Blackman,
that is Katie Blackman's second. 3 on Rust. And how about this this play a moment ago down there that Lauren Lee took it away? I don't know if you caught it, Benji, but Bailey was pointing her back. She was telling Lauren, back, back. Right at that moment, Blackman threw it to Rogers as Lee hits the free throw there. But what heads-up play by Bailey Pettigo. And her IQ is one thing that Ginger High Colvin will speak highly of at all times.
Absolutely, one of the highest IQs of a basketball player I've seen.
Inside, Blackman with the offensive rebound, and that is some of the best offense for Rust. A missed shot at Katie Blackman, NAIA McGuire. They know what to do with it on those misses. Terrific offensive rebounders. They cash in there. Back to an 8-point margin here. 45-37, 5:35 to play in the third quarter. Lee shovels it over to Pritchett. Now Boyle holds. Back to Pritchett. They want Wilkes, can't get it to her. Lee, Pritchett, back to Lee, driving in, working in line, needs some help. Steps called on Lauren Lee.
Well, they are banging down low. Wilkes and Blackman.
And Blackman's going to call for
a breather here.
She's motioning with her left hand. She's wanting out.
Well, it's a physical game.
Yeah,
certainly. Physical game, absolutely.
McGuire enters for Blackman. Did Campbellsville make a change there? No, there was another one for Rust. They sent in Kylie Scott once again. 45-37. Campbellsville by 8. Rogers holds it deep out on the wing right side. Actually, inside the arc she was. Turner going to drive. Works baseline. Comes underneath. Needs help. Has Scott. And now Bowers. Ball fake. Back to Scott. Deep three from the right side. No good. Rebound. Pritchett with a nice box out.
Yeah, and once again, that's textbook block out. Point of emphasis for the Lady Tigers. Get a body on them. Pritchett did exactly that and allowed McGuire to come over the top.
So McGuire picks up her third.
That's 4th team foul, so that puts Campbellsville in the bonus.
Here at this media stoppage at 4:56, the Lady Tigers will be in the bonus the rest of this third quarter. 45-37 remains your score here in the NAIA second round matchup between Campbellsville and Rust. You're following the Lady Tigers on the Campbellsville University Sports Network.
Jason, let's go see your room.
Back to the Powell Center. Matt Payton, Benji Kelly with you as we are now inside of 15 minutes left to decide this one. The Lady Tigers leading by 8, 45-37 as they look for their 30th win of the season, something that Junior High Colvin knows a thing or two about, the 30-win campaigns.
She's got there a few times.
Lady Tigers regular season champions in the Mid-South Conference. And for Russ, Benji, 3 consecutive Gulf Coast regular season titles. As the Lady Tigers here on the offensive end, Boyle bringing it down the court is going to be fouled. Maddie Boyle will go to the free throw line. I looked down at the stat, at the call sheet. I didn't expect to see much, but Turner picks up her 4th. And Boyle will go to the free throw line. Coach Jackson frustrated.
Maddie Boyle at the free throw line, where she's an 88% free throw shooter on the year. First trip here this evening.
Maddie Boyle made so many timely shots for the Lady Tigers throughout this season. Misses that one. And this one is good, so Boyle gets 1 of 2. Back the other way, it's Rust, 46-37. Rogers with a deep 2, no good. Rebound, McGuire able to keep it away from Boyle, misses her shot, gets it back again, so a pair of offensive rebounds for McGuire, and she posts 2 points for the Lady Bearcats. 7 points the margin. Russ seems to be maybe turning it up a bit defensively here. Benji really pressuring Campbellsville deep out away from the rim. Boyle in the corner, 3 on the way. Bang! Maddie Boyle and Edward Jones, bam!
What about that ball movement, Matt? The ball never touched the ground. There was like 6 passes for a wide open corner shot for Maddie Boyle.
Rogers holds it. Scott working on the dribble now. In the middle, crossover. 2 defenders there. Pitches it over to Cattouse. She'll have to chase it down after she couldn't handle it cleanly initially. Now Rogers at the free throw line. 1 dribble bounces. McGuire fouled by Courtney Pritchett. Nice job by Rogers to get it down inside to McGuire. That'll be 3 on Pritchett, 2 on the Lady Tigers in the period, and NAIA McGuire to the free throw line at 50% on the year.
That's a big 3 by Boyle there in the corner. Nice set play Coach Colvin called.
McGuire, 18 points in the win over Faulkner last night. This free throw is good. I believe she was 1 of 2 at the line in the first half. Benji? Actually, she missed both of her free throw tosses in the first half of play. McGuire really taking her time here at the line. The second one is good. 49-41, Campbellsville leads by 8. Pritchett will bounce it into Boyle. Now Pettigo, and Lee has it as the Lady Tigers continue to work it around and force Russ to chase. 2 defenders there. Lee out to Pettigo. Campbellsville in the half court. Bouncing to Lee. Lee drives, ball deflected. Boyle in the corner, 3 on the way. Bang! Maddie Boyle, have yourself a night, young lady!
I'll tell you what, 2 back-to-back big shots by Maddie Boyle. Wow.
52-41. Bowers, Rogers, and now that is Cattouse. McGuire feeds, Rogers fouled by Boyle. That's some good offense by Rust.
Listen, this Rust ball club, Matt, they are 23-5 on the year, and they don't shoot the ball that well from the field at 39%, but they know how to run their offense and get the ball up on the rim and give themselves an opportunity to get some extra, second chance points. But those are 2 nice sets for both teams, Campbellsville and Rust here these last 2 possessions.
3:01 to play, 3rd quarter. Rogers at the free throw line for 2 shots. That free throw no good. Shantori Rogers, 78% on the season. One of the better free throw shooters this Rust club has. They're without Karen Ford tonight, who hurt her shoulder in yesterday evening's ball game.
That was a tough break there that she got her shoulder arm in there and it kind of bent backwards, so she's in a sling here today.
Campbellsville Back the other way. Nally has it, bounces to Pedigo. Lady Tigers lead by 10. Wilkes open, won't shoot it. So they give chase. 2-3 look here.
Yep.
Pedigo in the corner, feeds down inside to Wilkes. It was knocked away from behind.
9 seconds on the shot clock here. Campbellsville run a little out of bounds play. They've got some nice little quick hitters on the out of bounds here that they've worked on all year long.
52-42. Lee throws it up over the top there of Scott to Pedigo. 7 to shoot. Bailey, left side of the lane, works in, throws one up, it won't go, but she does draw the foul, working against Kylie Scott.
What about Bailey Pedigo? Big shot she made last night. That time the ball was inbounded and she just dribbled right to the middle and a couple crossovers.
And I'm not sure what Scott did, but whatever it was not received well by Campbellsville University's fans. As this free throw for Pedigo is good. 53-42, it's an 11-point Lady Tiger advantage. Nice crowd on hand here for spring break. We were a bit worried about that.
Well, they showed up late. They just showed up right at game time.
Well, so did our broadcast.
Well, actually, our broadcast
some
was,
of it.
Yeah,
some of it did.
It was in the central time zone.
54-42. Campbellsville leads by 12 here. 2.5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Rogers holds. Pedigo there to defend. Catus. Pedigo shields her left, going to force her, shields her right, forcing her to go left.
Yeah.
And Rogers stepped out of bounds down the corner. We haven't seen that as much on the women's side as we have the men's side over the last couple of years when they moved that three-point arc. But
well, it takes a while to get used to. You know, that three-point line coming out another foot and a half. It's a big difference. And when you're used to knowing where the line is, you know you've got at least a couple steps. Now, not so much.
54-42, Campbellsville facing some pressure here. They try to set up a trap of Lauren Lee. Steps through. Ooh, ball was deflected, but Wilkes knocked it over to Boyle. Lee in a crossover. They try to match up. Does Russ. They bounce inside. Lee has Wilkes off the window. Good. She gets the bucket. Lauren Lee, the bounce.
That's some great basketball right there. Lauren Lee breaking them down and Wilkes wide open. Nice bounce pass.
14-point margin. Rogers holds again. That's been a staple of their offense here in the second half. Rogers there just inside the arc. Now the jumper from Patterson is too strong. Bowers able to claim it on the long rebound. And again, Catus straight away. Bowers back to Catus, left side over the top, has McGuire. McGuire feeding a cutting Bowers. Ball gets knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Bowers. Actually, I'm not sure Campbellsville did touch it. I think Bowers just mishandled it.
Yeah, it was a tight pass that got in there, and as a result, just kind of knocked it off of her knee. But Campbellsville a chance to extend this lead.
Now Russ will show some pressure here. Pedigo brings it ahead with a man-to-man pressure. Now they chase to trap. Long pass by Bailey is picked off. Ill-advised decision there. Catus grabs it the other way. Catus going to try a three. That is good for Faith Catus. 11 points to margin. Campbellsville has it with less than a minute to play in the period. Coach Ginger High Colvin calls out the play, and by calls out I mean screams.
That was rather loud.
As here out top, Lee is bumped trying to run through there. That will go against McGuire, and that's 4 on her, and it will send Lauren Lee back to the free throw line for the Lady Tigers here, Benji Kelly. A couple of Mid-South Conference schools already in the books tonight. Thomas More a win. I mentioned earlier, Freed Hardeman season comes to a close. What appeared to be a tough luck loss to Clark. They were tied late.
They actually had a 5-point lead with about 3 to go, Freed did.
Coach Epperson's team playing terrific basketball down the stretch, knocked off this Lady Tiger team as Lee hits the first free throw, but they drop to Clark, who's the 2 seed in the Lady Tigers quadrant, and that's where our old friend Brett Tadella's
out there, yeah.
So he might have us tuned in at this point as Lee hits both free throws, 58-45 the score. Some other games going down to the wire here in this national tournament. Out top is Patterson. She's hit a couple already in this half. That one no good from deep. Rebound taken in by Bailey Pettigo. Shot clock and game clock are separated by about, let's see here, 5 seconds, 4 seconds, depending on if I close an eye or not. Wilkes hands it to Lee. There's Boyle out front, can't shoot it. Nice defense by Cattouse. Pettigo circles, motions Boyle away. Wants the entry to Wilkes, not there. 8 to shoot. Lee, free throw line, crossover, working back into the middle, fall away, on the way. Stop it, Lauren Lee!
Just great basketball. Break her down, get the shot up at the rim.
As the buzzer sounds, Bowers throws up a shot. On the move. That's a tough one against Bailey. There was contact. Yeah. Bowers' momentum carried her forward. What's the rule on that, Benji? Because it could have easily, you see, a lot of times it's a charge.
Yeah.
Bowers' momentum carried her through. The problem was I don't think Bailey was already at the spot. She was kind of moving there.
Right.
So this will be an interesting call. And yeah, they're going to call.
Yeah, I think that's the right call. I really do.
I can't argue it. You don't like it, but I can't argue. It's not. Doesn't mean it's wrong just because it doesn't favor me. The Lady Tigers will see Bowers. Oh, they're going to put time back on the clock.
Yeah, 0.2.
So Bowers on the season, Benji, 70.7%.
Yeah, she's good.
60-45 the score. Bowers can trim into the Lady Tiger lead. This free throw is good. One more coming, or excuse me, 2 more coming for Bowers.
Yeah, it's the cardinal sin there. Never foul the jump shooter, especially on a last-second shot.
And Bowers, 10% from deep on the season.
Yeah.
So she gets all 3. Credit to her. The Lady Tigers will just hand it in bounds, and that's where the third quarter will come to a close. Campbellsville will have a 12-point advantage as we head to the final 10-minute period here. CU leads it 60-48. You're following the Lady Tigers on the Campbellsville University Sports Network. To 48, Matt Payton, Benji Kelly here courtside at the Powell Center, and Benji Kelly's we're gonna order you an abacus or a sundial. That's about all the technology you're gonna get for a few days. This computer and you are not getting along.
Back in the old day when we didn't have technology, life was a little calmer, a little more simpler. But when you need technology to do part of what we're doing here tonight, I'm gonna be like you tomorrow. I'm gonna pull all my hair out.
No, hey, I didn't pull it out, my friend. It left me. My hairline and your computer, a love-hate relationship.
It is a horrible relationship right here.
My hairline hated me, and it took off, even though I loved it.
It's all right. It's okay. We had a great game here. Worst case scenario, we'll just talk about what's happening here in front of us and no stats.
Again, we thank you guys so much that have tuned in. I've been keeping up with some of the chatter on the YouTube chat and different things, and I know that first half kind of, well, for lack of a better way to put it, it stunk. And we just couldn't get to the coverage to you, and we're thrilled to be able to get you here in the second half, and should be a fun one down the stretch. Boyle bounces to Lauren Lee, and she's bumped here, and that's a little ticky-tack. We've not really seen that a ton tonight. Bowers picks up the foul call.
Well, what that does, Matt, that resets it to 20, gets Campbellsville one more closer to the bonus.
Wilkes goes down and she's smiling. She doesn't fall gracefully, but at least does it with a smile on her face. Boyle holds it. Cattouse hangs out there to defend. Boyle, the nice crossover, drives in, right hand, can't finish. She draws the foul. And Cattouse, it almost looked like, Benji, to me, that Cattouse dared Maddie to deck it.
Yep.
She did. And got the step on her.
Yeah, that was a quick crossover. And, just a great job of Maddie Boyle there, putting the ball on the floor. And I tell you what, she's had
a big ball game.
A huge ball game here tonight.
14 points. How about Lauren Lee? She's an assist away from another double-double. Second free throw for Boyle is good. Now give her 16 after the 2 free throw makes. 4 Lady Tigers in double figures. Rust leading scorer in the ball game is Katie Blackman with 11. Right side, Alexander behind the back, and that's kind of similar to that call we saw on Bowers there. So if you're going to call the one on Bowers, then I understand that one there on Boyle. Maddie's third.
Well, you know Rust is going to make a run here, Matt.
They battled with Faulkner last night.
Absolutely.
Benji, this Rust team, you know, whatever you want to say, I don't think they're going to go quietly.
Oh, no.
Inside, Blackman back to the basket. Nice defense by Wilkes. Back out to Alexander. Bowers was open. She'll drive in. Floater with the right hand, too strong. Blackman the rebound, and the putback good for Blackman. She won the conference tournament with that offensive putback as they knocked off Lander Smith late in the game there. She had a putback to give them a 1-point win with 2 seconds or less. 62-50 the score. Nally will bounce. Short corner Lee. Lauren Lee has Nally at the elbow. Bounces, Wilkes to work. Off the window,
that's
good
beautiful.
for Kit Kat.
That is beautiful basketball right there. Nally to Wilkes.
Maddie Nally continues to improve
she
here in her
has.
sophomore campaign. Driving in, knocked away from Alexander. Gets it back. Beautiful pass inside to Massey for an easy 2-point. Well, no look pass there from Alexander. Campbellsville will have to deal with some of this pressure. Lee working against Cattouse, lost the handle. I'm going to say that Lauren walked. I think Campbellsville thought she was escorted out of bounds, so to speak.
Unreal.
Change here as that is Kylie Scott back in for Coach Jackson and company. Campbellsville will bring Maddie Nally out of the lineup. Bailey Pettigo re-enters. I don't think Rust made any other changes. I think the rest of them are the same here. Massey with a deep 3, no good. Rebound taken by Caitlin Wilkes and the Lady Tigers. Campbellsville to the front court. Just about 2 minutes gone by here in this fourth quarter. The Lady Tigers lead it by 12. Pettigo, short corner Boyle, has Pritchett. Nice defense there by Alexander. Pritchett looking for a lane, finally gets it to Wilkes, goes up the right hand. She gets the finish. Courtney Pritchett the find.
Yeah, that's your all-conference player right there. Player of the year, Caitlin Wilkes. How many times have we seen that entry?
Oh, I'm laughing at you, buddy. You know, this if this score holds, Michaela and I are going to give you a hard way to go about this on the trip out to Sioux City. Driving layup for Cattouse, and Coach Jackson wants a quick timeout here as Campbellsville's lead trimmed back to 12. Rust will not go away here. They're going to force the Lady Tigers to earn it, as you would expect. 7:28 to play in the fourth quarter. The Lady Tigers lead by a dozen here on the Campbellsville University Sports Network.
The family's visit to the forest inspired a beautiful question. Mother, mother, am I a tree? You tell me to stand tall. You tell me to stay rooted. I think I am a tree. My child, of course you are. But what kind of tree will you be? The kind to hug or the kind to climb? Doesn't matter which you choose, so long as you choose to be a tree that's kind.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
.66-54 our score. Benji Kelly will have internet by the time we get out of here tonight, maybe. The Lady Tigers leading Rust. You want that? That's off.
Is that a Mac?
That is
an iPad.
Well, that's an iPad, my friend.
Well, I may be converted after the night.
Hey, we finally did it. It's only took me 5 years.
5 years.
That is the old iPad there.
That is high level.
And that's
right
just
there.
on the data, my friend. You don't have to worry about it. Short of the service provider going down, you're in good shape.
Did you pay your bill this month?
The university did.
Okay.
66-54. Pettigo has it knocked away and going to need some help. Wants a timeout from her knees. Looking both at the coach and the official trying to get that timeout granted. The Lady Tigers can't have many left, I don't feel like, Benji. Is that their last one? The stat shows 1. That may be their final timeout. We need to double check that, as it appears to be a 30-second timeout. 66.
We got 2 and 2.
2 and 2, okay. So the stat page. 66-54, again the score, 7:20 remaining in our basketball game. Good shot of the Tiger volleyball team as they, some of these student athletes, Benji, you were probably in this boat. I don't know if the schedule shifted some over the years from your playing days, but some of these student athletes never get a spring break. Softball, baseball, men's volleyball, flag football now, the Lady Tigers here. Obviously, the Lady Bearcats, depending on when theirs fall, they may have it, but if it's next week, they don't want one. They'd rather be in Sioux City. So
absolutely,
it's just kind of one of those things that these spring sports and some of the winter sports have to give up.
Yeah, I actually never took a spring break.
Campbellsville looking for some help as Rust has turned it up defensively here. Long pass to Luby. She'll drive in, throw one up, but we got a blocking foul will be called, as I think Cattouse got there, but actually that was Alexander. I think she may have been on the back end of the restricted circle there and not all the way out. That will send Kayla Luby to the free throw line, as she is 7 minutes and 7 seconds from getting back closer to home. The transfer from B, Nebraska. Her family, I'm sure they were on pins and needles trying to watch this thing earlier. And hopefully Kayla and the Lady Tigers can finish this out and she can get closer to home next week. Free throw here from Luby is good. 67-54 the score. The Southpaw will have one more coming her way. And that one good. Rims back iron, front iron, backboard and down.
Well, that's Campbellsville's fortunate there. Russ was double teaming and to get a foul and get 2 points out of that.
68-54, the Lady Tigers back up by 14 points. Left side, that is Massey. Down inside, and McGuire is fouled by Campbellsville University's Luby.
Man, it's been a heck of a game.
It has been, and Campbellsville shot it so well early in the game, it really kind of put Rust playing from behind. Without some of those three-point field goals early, this game would have felt a lot differently.
It would have. It actually probably been played in a phone booth.
Of course, Campbellsville shot it well overall from the floor tonight, and it really has. The offensive rebounds, I think Rust at 6 right now. They need to be a little more than that to really have a good chance against this Campbellsville team. And the Tigers did such a great job in the first half there as this ball thrown out near midcourt, and retreating to grab it is Alexander. Campbellsville leads by 14 here. Cattouse on the dribble. And that pass picked off. She wanted Alexander. Pritchett long ahead to Lee. Tries to grab it and throw it up. It goes out of bounds. And they're going to say nobody touched it. Massey wanted to go quickly before the Lady Tigers could get set up. Heads up play on her part there, but they couldn't get the basketball and get it inbounded quickly enough. Campbellsville, I guess they thought Lee was fouled. I couldn't really tell.
I thought she was as well.
It was hard to see. I think, honestly, the pass was a little out in front. That probably made it hard on the officials.
Well, he was trailing. He was behind, and then he ran into Brett Pierce down there. So
Brett, known for his tackle football skills. Inside is Rogers. The floater there is good for Centauri Rogers. Rogers has had a couple of those down inside. She's got a nice soft touch, that little floater with the right hand. Here they will get Lyric Turner, and she is fouled out of this basketball game. That is her fifth, 4 on Rust.
And what that does right there, Matt, that actually puts Campbellsville in the bonus here, 6 minutes, 24 seconds the rest of this game. So, you know, at some point, Rust will have to go to that multiple foul, try to, extend the game, get extra possessions, and Campbellsville is going to have to knock down their free throws, where tonight they're shooting 80%, 16-20.
Pritchett running the in-line, pitches it into Lee. Back to Courtney Pritchett, around a defender, ahead to Bertram. Bertram will spin back out, needs help. That's Pritchett deep out on the left side. And now Pettigo out near midcourt will be on the dribble with 6:10 to play. Campbellsville leads by 12. Bertram hands it back. Pettigo over the top looking for Bertram. Rogers got and a hand on it, and Bertram somehow in between traffic throws it up off the top of the glass and through.
You know what? You're not the all-time leading scorer at Barron County for no reason.
You got to throw in a few that maybe shouldn't have went in a time or two, and Bert does it that time between multiple Lady Bearcats. Here, McGuire's turnaround shot looked good, just a bit strong. Pritchett the rebound. Multiple Lady Bearcats defending here. Campbellsville going to have to go quickly now as they finally get it out of there. Pettigo will back away and bounce far side to Lauren Lee. 14 points the margin. The largest lead for CU tonight was 18 points in the first half. Lee with a crossover inside. Throws up the floater with the right hand. Lauren Lee will go to the free throw line and one as she creeps closer to a new career best.
That's just a nasty crossover that Lauren Lee has. My goodness.
Yeah, that crossover.
Her and Maddie Boyle can really just break people down off the dribble.
Lee with the free throw here. She's got 20. Career high is 21, so one off of that. Mid-South Conference second team member this year was Lauren Lee, 73-56, and the Lady Tigers lead by 17 with 5:15 to go. Rogers with a little jab step, nowhere to go, now dribble. Leaves it out with Bowers. Lee defends, left side. Patterson into the corner. That is Scott for three, just off the mark. Rebound, McGuire in the middle. She hands it there to Bowers for an easy lay-in. Offensive rebounds paying off there for Rust. Bertram will hold it, and now Lauren Lee. 15 points the margin. 4:45 to play in the basketball game. Rogers hanging out with Lee. She hands it to Pettigo, now Bertram out front. Wanted Luby over the top, not there. Pettigo will drive inside, around, reverse, lays it up. She stepped on the inline. It'll be a turnover. Basketball will go back to Rust here with 4:32 to play, coming down the stretch here.
Yeah, that's actually not a bad play there by Pettigo. Everything was stacked on that left side there, and she's so good at being able to get to the rim and just unfortunately stepped out of bounds.
Texas Wesleyan advanced with a win over Vanguard. Out top, Rogers, right wing, driving in, floater here for Alexander. I think she hit that up off the backboard, almost went through. Campbellsville the rebound, however, in the missed shot. Closing in on 4 minutes to play. Pettigo in the middle, Pritchett left side. Back to Bailey Pettigo. Pettigo transition to more of a three spot this year, off the ball a bit more. Pritchett leaves it inside. Luby throws one up. She's fouled as Scott coming through. Going to be hit with a contact, I believe.
This is, once again, good basketball there. Pritchett to Luby. We've seen it so many times. Pritchett to Wilkes. I think Wilkes getting ready to check in here. But Luby at the free throw line here tonight. Lauren Lee with 20, Boyle 16, Wilkes has 15, Pritchett 10 for Campbellsville. Luby looking for her 6th point as she misses the first free throw. Blackman, Rogers, and Bowers all in double figures for the Lady Bearcats. Luby's second free throw here is good. Wilkes and Blackman back in. It's a 16-point margin, 3:49 to go. Campbellsville won by 19 last night over Oakland City. Russ dropped Faulkner, a 20-point margin in that one. 8-9 matchup with the 9 advancing. McGuire left wing. Scott holds it, waits. Now into the corner, wide open is Rogers. She lets it ride. Three is good for Shintori Rogers. 74-61. Lee ahead to Pritchett. And now Pritchett will pick up her dribble, needs some help, has Pettigo. Pettigo picks up her dribble. Pritchett just inside the arc, ball fake, leaves it with Bertram. Rolls left side, ball knocked away by McGuire. Oh, and McGuire tried to pick it up and throw it back in play as she blocked it, just couldn't get the handle on it. Unfortunately for Campbellsville University, they'll keep possession here. It looked like when McGuire blocked it initially, I thought she was going to get
plenty
to it,
of room to grab it, but I think when she threw the hands, that she just may have been looking for the line.
I think she was looking for the line and then turned her head and just.
Lee inside has Maddie Boyle, and one for Boyle as Lee in double-figure dimes.
Yeah, just once again, those out-of-bounds sets that Campbellsville has, quick hitters, just a great play. Maddie Boyle is having herself one heck of a night.
She can tie her career best as Scott has fouled out. Cattouse will re-enter. Here you can see this baseline out-of-bounds play set up beautifully by the Lady Tigers. Boyle gets the hoop. Lauren Lee's 10th assist, 20 points, 10 assists tonight for Lee. And Maddie Boyle ties her career best in points with 3:06 to play in the basketball game. Pritchett scored a career high 25 last night in the victory.
You mean Wilkes?
Excuse me, Wilkes,
Yeah.
yes. Good catch. Here, this pass by McGuire is deflected. Ooh. She wanted Blackman, and Lee got dinged there. That's friendly fire, I believe.
I believe it was from Pettigo. Pettigo's just all over the place.
Her sister, Sarah Kate, texted me earlier and said she was awfully stressed here as Lee nearly loses the handle. Finds enough room to get it to Pritchett. Pritchett working down in. The help defender comes across Bowers as Blackman kind of left Wilkes to take Pritchett. Pritchett dumped it down lower, and Bowers came through and clobbers Wilkes on the back end of that. Caitlin Wilkes to the free throw line for Campbellsville.
Wilkes been to the line tonight 3 times. He's 1 of 3, so she needs to make a couple to get above her season average of about 58%. She makes the first.
Hits that first one, 17 points. The difference. This here, Benji would match Campbellsville's largest lead. She cannot cash in. So it remains a 17-point advantage with 2.5 minutes to play in this basketball game. Russ going to need a miracle here. Last night you saw a crazy one as Southern Oregon came all the way back and beat Wayland. Here driving the shot, a little off balance is Bowers, and now Boyle and Blackman come together. Blackman falls on top of Boyle, but I think Maddie Boyle is going to be the culprit here in the foul call. It's her 4th. 4 on Campbellsville as a club. Maddie Nally will check in for Maddie Boyle. And without getting too much into the weeds, Maddie Boyle last night, Benji, was not feeling well after the game. In fact, and I don't want to give up too much information, but made a doctor's visit.
But she did.
And, she'll get better from all of that, but she did not feel well. She's come back here tonight and played tremendous.
Spectacular
game. 3 by Russ. They get the offensive rebound. Now Rogers will try it. That one no good. McGuire the offensive rebound, and that is good for Rust. And Coach Jackson will take a quick timeout, and the offensive rebounding starting to pay off a bit more here in the second half, but Campbellsville was able to open up enough of a lead that Rust running out of chances here. 78-63 the score, 1:57 to play in the basketball game. A full stoppage will step away. You're following the Lady Tigers on the Campbellsville University Sports Network.
If you love them enough to relearn math so you can teach them math, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
(78-63) Matt Payton and the newly Apple-based Benji Kelly courtside as the Lady Tigers lead it by 15 points here. Benji, Campbellsville has cut down nets the last 2 years, once in Lakeland, Florida, as they won the region down there, knocking off Bryan College in that final. Last year they defeated Benedictine and Bowling Green to advance to Sioux City here at home in the Powell Center, less than 2 minutes away from cutting down more nets, this time in your own house.
Yeah, absolutely, and with a great crowd on hand to boot.
Lee long ahead here to Maddie Nally. She'll dribble it near side and wait. Bowers closes in quickly. This Russ team is explosively fast. Out to Pritchett, and now Lee. Campbellsville trying to milk a little clock here. Rust has not shown the willingness to foul or try to extend here. Pritchett, right corner, 3 on the way. That is no good. I believe they may have gotten a hand on that.
Yeah, I think it was tipped.
It did not come off cleanly. Rebound to Rust. Less than 90 seconds to go here. McGuire throws it down, looking for Blackman. It was knocked away. Campbellsville, the basketball, 78-63. Lee ahead to Pettigo right in front of us. Crowd standing here as Campbellsville creeps closer to a victory. This will be their 30th of the season in the national tournament all time. This will be win number 38. Nally out to Pettigo on the left wing. Little contact, no call, 5 to shoot. Pritchett leaves it with Lee. Deep, triple on the way, no good. Wilkes the rebound, and she is fouled inside as McGuire and Blackman were both in the vicinity. And if it's McGuire, she will have fouled out. The junior hit with her 5th.
Well, it's just some good basketball here. Actually saw 3 really good games here in this opening round, first and second. Campbellsville obviously taking care of business here tonight, and just come out of the gates firing on all cylinders. That first period, 20-6, and now Russ made a run. I think the closest they got it was at 4, I believe.
They got it to 4, and I think that was this.
Yeah, and then Campbellsville was just able to get it out to double digits rather quickly after that, and as a result, they have not looked back. So playing some good basketball here, and you can build on that as now you're going to move to Sioux City, Iowa, with a Monday night game with, I believe, 6 o'clock Central, 7 o'clock Eastern.
80-63. The Lady Tigers lead by 17 after a pair of Wilkes free throws. The conference's player of the year with 18 tonight. Rust with the basketball. Riley has it, left side. Massey surveys. Blackman straight away. Wanted Riley, couldn't get it to her. She'll try the 3, and that is just off the mark, no good. Bree Gowdy checked in a moment ago. She grabs the rebound, the 5'5" freshman guard from right here in Campbellsville. Gowdy will slow it down, and the shot clock is off. The Lady Tigers just need to take care of it, and as I say that, Gowdy had it deflected by Bowers, coming the other way. Bowers shot no good, grabbing the rebound, pitching it back up and in is Cattouse. 80-65 the score with 8.7 to play. They bounce it in. Gowdy works around Cattouse, and they'll cross the timeline, and that is where the buzzer will bark. The Lady Tigers will take to the floor Monday night in Sioux City, Iowa, as they will take on the winner of Rio Grande or Grace. Rio in a big lead earlier as they knock off Rust here tonight, 80-65. Campbellsville picks up their 30th win of the season for the 7th time in the Ginger High Colvin era. Her Lady Tiger clubs have won 30 basketball games. The Rust Lady Bearcats season comes to a close with a 23-6 record overall. Coach Jackson's club with a valiant effort here tonight. Got a big win over Faulkner a day ago. Just not enough here this evening to knock off the top-seeded Lady Tigers of Campbellsville University as the head coach Ginger High Colvin will join us in Benji Kelly's spot. The Lady Tigers will get the bracket and a little trophy. They get a warm reception here from the crowd across the floor. Do you want to be? You need to be in on this. We'll let Coach take part of this, Benji, and we'll get to our interview in a moment as the Lady Tigers get the bracket there. I love it. So some cool stuff. And we've been, last year we got to kind of hang out in Bowling Green a little bit, which was cool. That first year in Lakeland, we had to take off. We were trying to get back to Tampa, the airport. And so this year getting to kind of hang out and watch here at home is awfully Brent. Big hug there to Ginger High Colvin.
That's a big win. That's a big win for the Lady Tigers. You know, last year we talked about, Matt, how they, when they finished out there against Dordt, they just had a bitter taste in their mouth. Did not play really good basketball against that team. And for now, you get a chance to go back and to kind of take care of some unfinished business. So great win here for this Lady Tiger team.
So Campbellsville will advance, as Benji mentioned. The Lady Tigers 7 Eastern on Monday. I believe it will be against Rio. They had a big lead over Grace earlier. Rio and the Lady Tigers were former Mid-South Conference
foes.
They had
a big win.
So, yeah, Rio got a monster win over Grace. And the Lady Tigers advancing as well as Bailey Pettigo will head up and take a piece of the net. Courtney Pritchett has already done so for the Lady Tigers. We'll welcome in the head coach here in just a moment and get her thoughts.
She's getting a bunch of hugs.
Yeah, Kobe and a lot of the crew in attendance, her son Kobe. There's Donna Wise to our right as well, whose name rests on the floor here. As Campbellsville trimming the nets. That'll give us a nice, some nice background shots here as we visit with Ginger High Colvin. And Coach, these national tournament wins never get old. They also never are really easy. But
No.
Here tonight, a game Rust Club, and you guys went back and forth a bit early, finally able to pull away a bit down the stretch.
Yeah, it was a physical game. They're so athletic and just do so many things well. They defend well, and they've done a great job this season. And he went out and played teams and got them experience and just has done a really good job. We knew coming in here it was going to be a physical game. We knew we talked about trying to take care of the ball, turned it over 11 times the first half, but after that we settled in and got the ball in the post a little bit, made some shots, and it made the difference.
Nice shirt, by the way.
Yeah, we're matching. We're matching.
They take care of me, and
so you finally got Wi-Fi. So you had some issues.
It was not good early, and anyway, it worked out, and we were hoping for the second half. We got all of the second half on, so that worked out well for us. Talk to me a little bit tonight about Lauren Lee, Coach. A double-double, a big double-double, 20 points, 10 assists for her, 7 rebounds. She's not far off of a triple-double there this evening, but I felt like at times she was the best player on the court, and it wasn't even close.
Yeah, for 36 minutes, being pressed for 36 minutes. You can, the rest of those stats look really good, but when she's handling the ball for 36 minutes and doing a really good job with that, and made some plays, made a great shot there in the lane. It just skinnied over the rim a little bit, but she's exceptional, and we're lucky to have her.
I didn't get into the weeds on Maddie Boyle's situation, but last night she was visiting with the doctor and different things, and she bounces right back tonight. She hit big shot after big shot for you guys this evening. 19 points, 3 made Edward Jones threes, 2 of them in the second half. I think she had 1 in each corner, and really kind of helped separate things.
It did, and Maddie's a tough kid. She was really sick last night. She was in the ER last night, as a matter of fact, and we didn't know. And from a coaching perspective, you know that one of your handlers is potentially not going to be here. We were really concerned with her. Turns out she's okay. They've got her on some medicine, and obviously she felt pretty good tonight.
The Conference Player of the Year, Caitlin Wilkes, continues to do what Caitlin Wilkes has done all year, Coach. 18 points here this evening after putting up 25 last night. She is a steady force for you guys on the offensive end and doing it against some really, really talented posts for Russ tonight in Blackman and McGuire.
Yeah. I feel like that might be her hardest earned 18. They were physical with her. They really, really she had no easy looks. We may have had one play where she got a back cut, but other than that, she didn't have any easy looks, and I'm really proud of the way she hung in there and battled. We've still got to hit some free throws. We've still got to keep working on our free throws, but better is better, but we still have to do better.
Courtney Pritchett had 10 for you tonight, Coach. 4 players in double figures. At halftime, offensive rebounding was going to be a key. At halftime, you looked at that stat sheet. They had one offensive rebound.
Yep.
I got to think, everything else that went into that first 20 minutes, that number may have been one of the first you looked at, and it probably made you pretty happy.
Yeah, I did. And I told the girls before the game, I said, if you look, if we come and I give you a stat sheet and I can promise you something, I promise you if you win the boards, I promise we win the game. And because they're they take quick shots, and if they miss those shots, they rebound those shots and put them right back in. So we had to keep them off the offensive glass, and I was very proud of our kids for going in and rebounding and doing the way they did.
What do you think about going to Sioux City?
We're ready, I guess. We've got Robert Taylor on call, I guess, and we've got to do some laundry and do some packing. It's tough because you don't want to talk about it. You don't want to overplay anything, and you definitely just want to take it a step at a time. And I knew Russ was going to give us all they had, but Yeah, we'll do some laundry tonight. We'll get packed, and we'll head that way. We actually are leaving out tomorrow. Our game will be on Monday.
Yeah, and the good hands of Robert Taylor, who has done this whole national tournament thing with you a time or two. He's an old veteran, and look forward to spending a little time with Robert out in the Midwest. Coach, congratulations. I'll let you get the scissors and the nets and all that fun stuff. Congratulations.
Thanks. Appreciate it, Matt.
The Lady Tigers get the victory here this evening over Russ. They earn a trip to Sioux City, their 30th win of the season. Campbellsville University 30-2 on the year overall, win number 38 in the national tournament here, as they are the NAIA's all-time leader in national tournament appearances with 31 made tournaments, of course one canceled, so they've played in 30 of them, even though making the field 31 times. As we take a look at some of the numbers quickly here, a lot of former Lady Tigers in the house. I see Madison Shepard, Faith and Lexi Lake, Gracie Thompson, Ashley McGeorge, all of them off of last year's team. Sammy Rogers here as well. I'm sure there are others. Benji, that's a pretty good crew that Campbellsville could throw out there for a scrimmage if they needed one before they took off to Sioux City. Jim Hardy getting his head in there. But some cool stuff here. The Lady Tigers get the win, and hopefully peaking at the right time as they head to Sioux City.
Yeah, you know, you're exactly right. And you always want to be playing your best as you advance in the postseason. I'll tell you, when they finished the conference tournament, we both said, okay, this team needs a break. They need some rest. And they got that rest, able to stay here, play against some really good opponents in Oakland City and against Rust here, and playing really good basketball as they head. And I think you said that Rio Grande is our opponent, which, you know.
They got one of the nation's best scorers in Ella Skeens, and that'll be a tough one. Coach Smalley has been there for a number of years. We've spent taken many trips to Newt Oliver Arena in Rio Grande, Ohio, so that should be a fun one. Monday at 6 Central, 7 Eastern in Sioux City. We'll be along for the call of that game, and I'll let you guys find the final stats. We're going to get out of here.
Absolutely.
And we're going to enjoy some of the celebration. The Lady Tigers victorious as they knock off Rust here in the national tournament. A special thank you to Campbellsville University President Dr. Joseph Hopkins, Vice President for Athletics Rusty Hollinsworth, and Director of Athletics Jim Hardy for their support of our broadcast tonight. Sports Information Department, the entire crew here handling things both on TV and FM as we handle our final televised broadcast of the year for the Lady Tigers. Benji Kelly on color commentary. All of you who have tuned in tonight, the Lady Tigers winners back in action in the national tournament, the round of 16 on Monday night at 7 Eastern time. Coverage begins at 6:45 on 88.7 The Tiger. You've been following Lady Tiger basketball on the Campbellsville University Sports Network.